Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Castlevania II, Simon's Quest, or in this case, Tiger Mouse's Quest. So we're back here at the beginning, back there at the town of Jova where we started off, but now that we have the laurels, we can use them to cross the Belasco Marsh here. So we just select them, use them as an item, and we get through that poisonous swamp without taking any damage. Here at the Dead River, we were told that Dracula's heart breaks the curse, and that the Dead River is cursed and needs to be uncursed. So if we go this way and approach the ferryman and get on his ferry with the Dracula's heart equipped, he'll take us to this area here, the third mansion. It is Bram's mansion, which may be tribute to Bram Stoker, who wrote the initial Dracula novel. So, and speaking of manors, the first manor we went to, Berkeley Manor, that might have been a tribute, just reading some up on it, to, well, reference to Berkeley Castle, where King Edward II was murdered. So. And once again, we have difficult enemies here, the birds. They're the worst ones, so they swoop down on you, but yeah, they can be kind of annoying. Now, we were told in one of the towns that on Deborah's Cliff, a stranger waits with a diamond. So here we are. If we just go to the west of Berkeley Manor, we get to this section of the Jam Wasteland, and we get the stranger who has a diamond for us. Diamond is another sub-weapon. It uses one heart to use, and it's not a very good sub-weapon, especially in the outdoors. But what the sub-weapon does is you throw it down at a low, maybe 45-degree angle, and then it bounces off the ground, and then it just bounces around for a few seconds, and damages anything it hits. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but I guess it's good for indoor areas, tight passages inside the mansions. So remember, when we always want to jump when those things are at the top of their ascent, and we want to make sure that we whip, because whipping helps extend our jump a little bit. So this area is a little tough there with the spikes there. Got some tough jumps there. So here we are in Bram's mansion, the third mansion, and unlike the first two mansions, this mansion is actually going to have our first boss. So, but thankfully the bosses in this game aren't too hard, especially since we have that Sacred Flame. The Sacred Flame, remember we picked that up on Dabby's Pass in the last episode. And the Sacred Flame, what it does is it basically stun locks enemies. So we can pretty much use that to stun all the enemies, the bosses that we encounter in this game, and just easily take them out. So let's go here. This is an area, because we have a boss coming up, I figured might as well just level grind right now, so that we get that full health and increased defense for the boss. Now, like I said, the bosses ain't too hard because we can stun lock them with the Sacred Flame. However, before we were able to get them to a point where we can stun lock them with that Sacred Flame, they may deal some damage to us. So, it better to be safe than sorry. So, might as well just do my quick level up here. Once again, we're going to use that same strategy. We're going to walk over a little bit and then turn around, and that'll respawn the enemies on both sides. Take them out, pick up their hearts, because remember, you don't get experience points for defeating enemies, you get experience points for picking up their hearts. So I'm just gonna take these guys out, and of course this is good because in the next town we're gonna end up getting we're gonna want to purchase a Morning Star, which is the upgraded upgrade to the chain whip. So might as well get all the hearts that we can here now, because that Morning Star is going to cost 200 hearts. So So now we're back to full life, and we can start searching out for the oak stake vendor. Now, one thing doesn't really apply to most mansions, but at the next mansion that we go to, the oak stake vendor is kind of out of the way. You don't necessarily have to buy the oak stake from the seller in the mansion that you're in. So any oak stake will do. So some people, like speedrunners, they'll like in the last manor, they will buy an extra oak stake so that they don't necessarily have to go out of their way in future manors to get an oak stake. Because sometimes the oak stake vendor can be far away. So here we go. Get another clue. Wait for a red crystal, for a soul with the red crystal on Deborah's Cliff. So now that's basically telling us that similar to how we had a Neil at the Yuba Lake with the blue crystal, when we get to Deborah's Cliff later on, not the one where we got the... There's two Deborah's Cliffs, well, two areas where we run to Deborah's Cliff. One where we got the diamond, and then there's going to be a second one a little bit later on a different path. When we get to that Deborah's Cliff, we're going to want to kneel with the red crystal. That's your hint there, so... So we're almost at the boss here. We have one little area here with these bats here. If we can use the diamond here. See what the diamond does? It just bounces around, does some damage to enemies, and then clears them out. So, and here we have our first boss, the Grim Reaper. Like I said, he throws these sickles at you, so you can just avoid him for a little bit. But once you get him down close to the ground, as you can see, the Sacred Flame just stun locks him in place. Throw Sacred Flames. We can have 3 of them on the screen at the same time. And when the third one comes out, we can get a whip in, deal some extra damage. As you can see, the Sacred Flame is really good at stun locking enemies. We stun lock them. And we built up so many hearts earlier from when we did that level grinding, that it doesn't matter that we're using 1 heart every time we throw a Sacred Flame. And once we defeat the Grim Reaper, we get the Golden Knife. It's the strongest knife in the game. Costs 2 hearts to use, but it basically can travel the entire screen. And much like the Sacred Flame, it can actually stun lock enemies too. So, but yeah, the Sacred Flame is good for stun locking enemies who might be on the ground. The Golden Knife, we can use that to stun lock enemies maybe in the air. So see, we can throw the knife, stun lock, throw a second knife, it damages as it passes through the Reaper, and then we can stun lock him again here. Ooh, I went the wrong way. It's also very powerful, it does a lot of damage, so yeah, we're stun locking the Reaper, dealing damage to him, and it'll take him out much quicker than the Sacred Flame did. But yeah, even though we can pick up a second gold knife, we only ever have 1, so it doesn't stack. But yeah, much like the clues, that golden knife will, be stacked. So, but that covers Brahm's mansion. We get the eyeball, and I'll show you what the eyeball does a little bit later in the mansion. I know I mentioned it in the previous episode, but the eyeball, because one of the villagers says the eyeball breaks the curse. What the eyeball basically does is it shows off where hidden clues are and breakable blocks. So there was a clue a little bit earlier in the mansion that it's kind of a little bit out of the way, so I avoided picking it up. So also so I can show off how to get the what the eye does. So yeah, that's where people tend to buy the oak stake again, so they don't have to go buy the oak stake in the next mansion. But as you can see, I have the eye equipped, so we're able to see that little clue there. That one we already picked up. That was a clue that said about wait for a soul at Deborah's Cliff with the red crystal. We don't have the red crystal, but much like how we got the blue crystal, we'll get the red crystal by trading our blue crystal for a red crystal in another town. One of those towns where we were told we have a friend. His name's escaping me at the moment, but here we could have went over this way earlier, but I didn't because, it was kind of out of the way. But we have another clue down here, so it can be a little bit tricky to to get it, we gotta aim our holy water here. It's kind of like playing basketball, but we gotta get our holy water just right. There we go. Once we take out the top one, we can fall down. Place the laurels in a silk bag to bring them to life. Well, don't really bring the laurels back to life, but like I said, the silk bag will allow us to double our laurel and garlic carrying capacity. So now that we've there's no more reason to stay in this manner, we got Dracula's relic that we needed, and we also got our level. So time to head on out. So yeah, level 3 is the level cap here in Brahm's mansion, and like I said, we hit that earlier. So any hearts that we collect right now will just be, you know, wasted experience, so won't count toward our next total, level 4. So let's just head on out of here. And what we're going to do is, we've done everything we can on this side of the lake, so this time we're going to, the river, I mean the dead river, so this time we're going to head back to the ferryman, but instead of equipping the heart, we're just going to equip anything else. Doesn't matter, any other relic. It can be the eye or the rib. We'll get the rib for our shield. And this ferryman, instead of taking us to Brahm's mansion, he'll take us to a different location. Uh-oh. And now it's time for our horrible curse to happen. A horrible night to have a curse. Now, is the night horrible because we have the curse, or would the night be horrible even if we didn't have the curse? And could a night ever be, is there ever a good night to have a curse? I don't know. But yeah, that's a popular saying in all these Castlevanias. So here we are at the town of Alba. So, let's make our way to the top, fight some zombies while we're here, just to pick up some hearts, because as you can see, the level cap for town of Alba is 3, and we already hit 3 in Brahm's mansion, so let's just head to the top here, fight some zombies, and wait until the daylight comes. So then once daylight comes, then we can start working our way, talking to all the villagers, starting from the top to the bottom. So hey, where the zombies at? So yeah, if you kind of stay still on one section of the screen, the zombies kind of won't spawn, but that's good for, like, if you need a break, like say your rats are running around and you need to pick them up because they're getting into trouble. Not that that ever happens while I'm playing this game. Nope. Or when Princess Sarissa is playing this game. But sometimes her brothers, Pops, Arthur, and Durf, they'll try to get into trouble, you know. They'll be like, we're bored. We can't play video games. We want to do something else. And they'll want to cause trouble. They like to tease the dog. That's why sometimes you hear the dog in the background. Spartacus growling. Well, we'll just take out these zombies, keep getting some hearts, you know. So, I'm going to want to eventually get that upgraded Morning Star, so. Look. But not much else really going on down here, so. Oop! Zombie hit me. No, that's okay, because we have the church in this town. Not all towns have churches, so, but this one does. We've walked past it several times now, so any damage we take during the night here will easily heal it up, so. Let's finish these zombies off. A never-ending spawn of zombies. Where are all these zombies coming from? So, lucky they're easily taken out. Zombies, as you go through the towns, they get a little bit tougher. You know, back for a while there, remember in the first town of Jova, they only took 2 hits with our leather whip, so they only had 2 hit points. Now they have to have at least more than 5, because the chain whip does 5 points of damage, so. Alright, let's heal up real quick in the church. Remember, time doesn't pass in any buildings, both the villagers' buildings and the mansion, so that's what we're doing all our leveling up in the mansion, so. Hit Deborah's cliff with your head to make a hole. Well, that's useless information. We do know what we have to do with Deborah's cliff, though. Wait with the red crystal, so. I'll see you at midnight on the riverbank. Another pointless piece of information there. Maybe she's trying to escape this town. Sorry, pal. No time now. Maybe later. What, you think we're trying to pick her up for a date or something? No, we don't like you. We like the other lady in the red dress. So, plunk. Let's fall down here. Let's go for another vendor here. I don't think there's anything in this place, but you can always equip the eye whenever you're in a town, just in case. See any clues, secrets? Well, you buy some garlic. Sure, why not? So, pick up some more garlic. Because we won't be able to morning star until the next town, so we can spend a little bit of our money here. Boink. Head over here. Oh, we already talked with this lady. Hit Deborah's cliff with your head. No, we don't want to do that. That can give us a concussion. Uh-oh. Tiger Mouse don't need one of them. What Tiger Mouse does need to do is get the rest of Dracula's body parts so we can break the curse on his brother Monkey Rat. Let's head on down here. Just drop down. Good thing Tiger Mouse got some good legs there. He doesn't hurt himself when he jumps down. A lot of ladies in red dresses in here. Get a silk bag from the graveyard duck to live longer. Apparently, that's like supposed to be a Japanese pun or something, Japanese culture. But I guess the joke is lost on America, so. Well, I'm not a good-looking guy. I'm a good-looking mouse. I'm a tiger. And I can escape anything. I want to get to know you better. Oh, well. You have to go on Money Mouse House Minions. That's how you can learn a little bit about Tiger Mouse. And hey, this guy looks familiar. Yeah, this is the guy who's now going to exchange a red crystal for our blue crystal. Woohoo! And like I said, with that red crystal, now we can wait by Deborah's cliff. And that'll be the way eventually that we'll get to the fourth mansion. But before we head to the fourth mansion, let's buy some more laurels. So, remember, right now, without the silk bag, we can only carry 4 laurels, 4 garlics, but we'll get that silk bag. So it's important that we buy some garlic here. You should have 1 garlic left because you should only have used 1 to get the silver knife from that stranger in the one graveyard. But just in case maybe you used an extra one, you want to pick up another one here because eventually we're going to get to the cemetery where that silk bag is. So now we got to go left for the Saturn Woods, but we'll do that in our next episode. Take care, have a good day. Bye!